والسلام على سيد المرسلين أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. My dear Islamic brothers, Alhamdulillah Azza wa Jal, we have been chosen by Allah Azza wa Jal to come here. We have been gathered here and we have been given the opportunity for investing our time, our effort for the future of our deen. Alhamdulillah. Today is the day, the 26th of Ramadan, correct? And we hear a lot of blessings of Ramadan. Alhamdulillah, this is not an ordinary day. The rahmat of Allah Azza wa Jal is such that on every single day of Ramadan, thousands upon thousands of people are freed from the fire of hell. And this is not just any regular people. These are those people whom hell has become wajib on them, necessary on them. Allah Azza wa Jal frees them and forgives them through His rahmat. So, as you know today, it's the day of the fundraiser. And this fundraiser is for the future of your deen, for the future of your children, for the future of Islam. And you can see there's quite a few volunteers here. They're working hard. This is not an easy job. This is a very, very difficult job. But the reason is because I'm sure you are aware that it is common among people to say that ulama, they're just lost in their own world. All they know is Quran, Hadith, Tasbih, and they're always yelling at us. They're so focused on the akhirah, they don't know, we have to live in the dunya as well. We have to make a livelihood in the dunya. People say this. They say that you need to, nowadays you need to be smart and get an education. And there's one very important point I want to mention, that this kind of thinking, this is one of the biggest deceptions of shaitan. Well, this is the job of shaitan, right? He pushes people away from the deen. However, don't get confused, don't come under confusion. The caliber, the standard of ulama is very, very high. The question comes up, then what is the standard? We always talk, they have a very high standard, very large amount of ilm. So what is the standard? Let me tell you, a short while ago, I was reading some research on artificial intelligence, and this was a PhD paper. I think the author's name was Daniel Schwartz. He was a PhD professor. This topic was, one of the most progressive topics in the field of science, right? Artificial intelligence. So this article, it was basically talking about this thing called syllogism and the effect of it, how it changed over time, who were the pioneers of syllogism. And this, what is syllogism? It's basically, think of it like this. There's three sentences, okay? First one is called a major premise. Second one is called a minor premise. And the third one is called the conclusion. And this is let me give you an example. For example, you would have, as the major premise, you can say, all birds can fly, for example. This is a very simple example I'm giving you. All birds can fly. Okay, this is the major premise. The second, the minor premise, you will say, a parrot is a bird. Then you come to the conclusion that a parrot can fly. And this is, through the basis of this syllogy, you will see that a parrot, because it is a bird and birds can fly, so then the parrot can fly as well. And this is a very basic example I'm giving you, but this concept is the foundation of artificial intelligence. The computer, it runs on basic rules, okay? This basic concept of syllogy, the computer runs on them. You put these two premises inside of the computer, you put into the program, and the computer has to come to a conclusion based on these two sentences or these 2 points of information that you put into this. And so anyways, as I was reading through this article, the surprising thing is that I'm reading this and I realized that all the information that is in this PhD level paper, we've already learned this in our Sanya class. You know, we've already read this, and not only just these small details. In fact, while I was reading this, I knew a lot more details, a lot more concepts that the paper was not even mentioning. So there was a lot more detail, that was, I realized I knew more about the subject than what was written in there. There's a book in our syllabus, I'm sure you've heard Ahmed Bhai mention it, called Mirqat. This is under the subject of logic, of mantiq. And, the concepts that are mentioned in the paper, in the PhD paper of artificial intelligence, this was also mentioned in this book, Mirqat. And this is a book in our syllabus. Instead of major premise, minor premise, conclusion, we call it Kubra, Sughra, and Natija. And these concepts, they come in a lot more detail. By the way, I'm sure you guys realize that this book, Mirqat, this is entirely in Arabic. This is not English. This is a little bit one level above that,